Welcome. We are back with some writing sprints. I almost canceled because I was tired after my 3 days of work. First time I worked full 3-day shift. I'm glad I'm not physically as exhausted. Put some of that on, but I'm so glad I'm not physically exhausted as I was when I was working the bedside. But I was definitely just mentally done, and then plus just my aches and pains. Yes, especially because there was not a charge nurse last night, so I wanted to make sure everything was good before I left. The poor nurse is on their own. So not that that's my job, but I just feel that way. So I ended up oversleeping today. I was tired, debating about canceling the stream, but I did not. I didn't do much. I finalized my posts for Pride Month, so that's all done. There's posts on my Instagram, there's posts on Blue Sky. And then I don't know if I want to put a post on YouTube or Ko-fi or anything. I'm not sure. Hi, JC. And then I painted my nails for the Omni flag. And like I normally do. I don't have covers this year for my nails, so it's just I don't have the clear nail sticker overlays this year because I couldn't afford to buy any. So we just have color. Just Omni flag color. It was a little bit difficult to get around this finger. I could actually hold the nail polish for this hand pretty decently as I'm trying to use my hand more and pick up things, but moving my hand so I could get a good angle to paint this finger was actually more difficult than I thought. So but I got it done. We have Omni sexual pride colors. Yay. Okay. I also debated about making the stream chill, but then I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna be on, I might as well do fucking work. So we're gonna do sprints. That's all the not realizations, all the I don't know what I'm saying. The things that I have to say. Yeah, I might as well, yes. I guess, when I think about it, I did do things. I arranged some group stuff. I did do that. So, I don't know. I feel like if I didn't normally stream today would have been a bust today, and I would have done nothing. But knowing that I normally stream and we didn't have a stream Friday, even though we did have a fun stream Tuesday, made me try to start doing stuff. Oh no, I have a document open, but my brain does not want to work. Yeah. I've also been in a different not different mind space, but I've been my brain has been moving away from where it's been kind of fixating. So as we know, I've been playing Repo. So I'm definitely still I'm definitely maybe a little bit obsessed with that. And then I've also jumped back on the wagon to Hunger Games. because of Sunshine coming out. I was waiting for it at the library, and then after watching way too many edits and rewatching Catching Fire for like the 100th time, because it's the only one I own on Amazon, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use my credit on on Libro, and I bought it, so I'm listening to it. Emotions already, probably not a good idea to start listening to it at work, but I did that anyways. And then I got home. This was just the last like 24 hours. I got home, and finally, even though Google had been telling me for like a couple weeks that HBO Max had Hunger Games, and I was like, liar, they do not. It's finally on Hunger Games. So I watched almost the whole series when I got home from work, instead of going to sleep. I mean, I can't go to sleep that early anyways, but still. So my brain is in that realm. So I don't know. I think I need to do a rewatch of Good Omens to get my head back into this world more centered. My brain's a little bit too chaotic lately, I feel like, for so many reasons. Let's see. I read the same 2 sentences 4 times already. Ooh, yeah. I ran errands today. Oh, that makes so much sense. And was out a lot longer than usual. Yeah. That makes sense. Got you. Yeah. Hold on, I have a text message. Oops, I can't spell. There we go. Can I still not spell? Okay. I was gonna say something, decided not to say something, and then forgot what I decided to say all at the same time. Problems. Problems. Ugh. But what? I don't know. There was a but there, and it just hung off the cliff with nothing because there was nothing to continue that sentence. Oh my goodness. I'm still mentally thinking about how chaotic my brain is, and it just proved it by doing that. Because, again, I'm not enjoying writing all the Project Blasphemy stuff. I love this world and I love my characters. But I also think I'm getting that feeling of being ready to move on, because I'm really excited for the next series that I want to write. And not that it's anywhere close to Hunger Games. I think that reflection of my brain hyper-focusing on a whole new franchise versus I'd been obsessed with Good Omens, which is what birthed this whole series. Or universe, I should say, because it's a duology and a prequel, I think reflects that. I think what I need to do is try to write something for the Dolores name to help me with that. Because I can't write the new series for the Serapia name until this is done, because it doesn't make sense. So, like I said, if I'm going to publish this, I need to finish it before I write the next series I need to publish under this name. But I could write something under Dolores casually, which I've been wanting to. I have that serial that I want to dictate, and I just haven't had the chance to, for multiple reasons. Some of it out of my control, some of it my own fault. Oh, how do people write like 10 books in a year? How is this possible? How can you like stay in one mindset for so long? How? Okay, JC, enjoy your food because I'm assuming that's where you're going. That is this is why Esther needs it in the chat, and she can tell me, and then I'll still not understand because that woman puts out the books. Because I've asked Dee before, and I still don't understand. It's like I can't. That's foreign concept to me. I would like to know, but I can't apparently. Or I have no idea. I need to know the yeah. Yep. I was looking up baby names for my serial for Dolores that I want to do. That's a time travel book because I need names for their first life. And that made me realize, oh, I need more than one set of names. And names are usually really important to me because whatever the name's meaning is a reflection of who they are as a character or something involving the story. And I'm like, this is a way more complicated process because I can't just have them use the same name over. So I need to find a theme for each name so the theme at least can reflect to the end. And that's hard. And I did that to myself because it doesn't need to be a thing, but it needs to be a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I need to write something easy. This is what I need to do. This time travel series is great, but it's fucking complicated. I need to pick something easy. What I need to do is look back at my stuff and find something easy for me to write casually. That's what I need to do. It's just everything I have either in the, I guess the only thing that's easy is Hunger's Desire, which I do need to write some chapters for. But that's also a Serapia thing. I need a Dolores thing. And all the stuff that I have started, I've either decided it needs to be under a different pen name, is too complicated to continue to write, or it's complicated to start. These are my problems. I can't apparently have an easy storyline, an easy thing to write, and then everything else is set up. Yeah. I need to find something to write simple. I need to go through my list. I have a Google Doc of all my story ideas, and I need to just go through it and decide what would be simple and start that. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should not today because I need to finish this novella, but I need to go through my list and pick an idea for a serial. Because even though I do want to write this time travel serial, because I think it'll do well as a serial, and then I can figure out how to make it a book later. But pick another idea for a cereal for Dolores that won't be too difficult. I think that would be a good answer. And I can just, again, have it as like a casual idea. Real simple premise, real simple tropes. Maybe these. I need to pick something that's like basic bitch easy to write for fun. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need something like that. I need to be careful with my nails because they're still soft. Oh, like basic. Yes. Hi, Bungle. I'm complaining how my brain is not functioning well today. Oh, you message me. There we go. Yeah, I'm just ranting. We should probably all just try to do work. That's what I need to do. We need to set up a sprint. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's not what I want. This is what I want. There we go. Let's sit here. I don't want to sit at the desk. We're not that serious today. Okay. Because we don't have any more spirits to find in the kitchens. Let's do night. Let's do typing. Oh, you can wait until after stream to reply to it. I did already reply to it, but I'll wait next time. Let's rain because I like to write to rain, and I'll put the fireplace on. Do I want fireplace sounds? No. I'll just have it look nice, and we'll do some light tapping sounds. There we go. Make the rain. Oh, that's not that loud. There we go. What are we listening to? Yeah, I think it's fine. We'll keep that. I got a copyright strike last writing stream for the music in here, and I've never had before. I need to go to the Discord and be like, hey, how do I dispute this? Because it's all supposed to be stream safe. Video safe. So, I have to do that. Copyright for Creative Commons music. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I've been using this for 6 months, I think now. And I haven't had an issue yet. This is my first time. So. Because at first I thought maybe it was the music at the beginning of the stream. And maybe Chillhop was having an issue. Nope, it was right in the middle of the stream, which means it was the music from the game. But I'm also not too worried about it, which is why I haven't done anything. But let's do 15. See if that gets my head working. I'll reread what I last did and start to work. I remember getting a copyright strike for the music in Mega Man X when I was playing that game. Like what? It was just the music from one stage and nothing else. Yep. Like, I'll get copyright claims for when I'm playing games and it's the Pretzel Rocks music, but I know how to, like, dispute that. Like, Pretzel Rocks has a whole thing on their website to help you dispute claims on on Twitch and YouTube. That's very detailed, or not detailed, but it's detailed enough for you to follow, copy and paste and stuff in that they tell you to put in so that claims can get released, and that's great. But Spirit City doesn't have their own website. It's literally just on Stream and then their Discord. So I'm gonna have to go hunt and find a dev or mod that can answer my question. That's just not a me problem today, because I don't have the energy for that. But I also can't let myself forget that I have to do that, because it would be a good thing to know. So, yeah. Let's do 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Buttons. Yes, here. 1, 2, 3. Go. Exactly. Another day. All right, all done with that. I literally feel my brain functioning a little bit more. I felt a literal shift in my like alertness and like, oh yeah, I remember where I want to go in this story. I'm so close to being done. I can like taste it. Where I can see where I'm going. There's just some question marks of how I'm going to get there. Like, I think I'm going to make something up, which is fair, and I am allowed to. Because not all of this has been very biblical canon anyways. And what is canon? Like, theology is a thing. And it's so general. But JC came back. Did you eat, JC? What did you have for dinners? I'm debating about getting chips because I'm out of water. I have to get more water and close the window because it's now dark. Or not window, blinds. Yes. I'm really close because the book takes place over, or the novella, whatever, takes place over a month, and we're at. I ended last stream on day 25, and I just said it took 3 more days, so that's. Is that 27 or 28? Something like that. So we're almost done, and then we're gonna have an epilogue in the future. So I have like 2 more days of like days in the book storyline to deal with. And then epilogue. So the epilogue is definitely fan service to myself. Because it's not originally what I was gonna have the epilogue be, but I thought about it later and I was like, this is a great idea. And also would be so like twisty turny of a situation. Love it. So why not? I say this as nobody really knows what the twist is except maybe Bungle. If enough hints have been placed down for them to figure it out. But I'm not sure. But I'm right there. I'm almost there. And then this is my problem. I should go back and then re-edit this. But part of me also feels like I should let it sit for a little bit. But it's already June. And I'm running out of time. I don't know. It's a future me problem to decide. So I wanted to finish the novella last month. That didn't happen. It will for sure be done this month. Most likely. Because I am so close to being done. And then I can go back to writing book 2, where I'm like somewhere low middle. I have too much going on, and I want to give myself another project. Why am I this way? Why is this a thing? Why is this an issue? Why? Broken. That's what it is. Well, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes. I'm going to get up, get water, get chippies, and close the blinds. So it gives me 5 minutes to do all that, and then I'll be back for the 25-minute sprint that I will do work for. Let me put the banner back. There we go. 25 minutes, and 1, 2, 3, go. All right. That's all done. I hope everyone did okay. I feel like I'm suddenly feeling unsure if I'm hitting my erotic and romance beat correctly. And I'm trying to decide if I should just keep writing and then go back to fix it. Because I'm currently sitting at 24, almost 25K. I'm at 24,787 words. And per the last stream, we established that like 40K is a normal novella. So I'm going to try and shoot for 30 and we'll just maybe be a little short. Though again, I have to edit. So I'm suddenly wondering, because I had to go back and look at my notes because I wasn't sure if one of the girls was taller than the other, and I didn't know if I made a note on it, and I did not make a note on it, so I'm going to pretend that they're about the same size. Until said otherwise. But that made me realize that I'm not 100% certain if I'm hitting the 2 beats that the girls are doing, because I'm splitting the erotic arc and the romance arc between the 2 girls, because it's not a full book, so they both can't have an erotic romance arc. And I figured I could split the 2 arcs between the 2 of them. And now I'm not sure if I'm just focusing on story plot too much, like the story arc. Maybe this is the downside of writing tired, is I'm overthinking. Don't know. We're about to talk to Lucien about an issue. We're going to our parent for advice. And then we need to do the thing. That's how close I'm to finishing. I need to establish that their love for each other will be enough to protect them and everyone on the moon. And then move on to epilogue. That's literally it. Which is kind of funny now that I think about it. Because if I'm having Lucien give this advice to their daughter, and then you read book 1, and you see how nervous Lucien is to go against God again, and how afraid they are to fully embrace their feelings for Oveja. I wonder if that means, like, God figures out that Lucien helped Ty and Ella get away, and Lucien got punished, maybe? This is the problem of being a discovery writer, is I come up with things too much on the fly, and I'm like, should that be incorporated into the story? No, there's not a point. Now do I need to make something? Do I want people to know about this, or should they just infer? Because that could make an interesting little short, like, snippet thing of like the transition between the novella and the first book, why Lucian's so scared, because they got punished by God, maybe that's why they're so compliant, especially after the 100-year gap, or not gap, jump. I don't know. I do not know. I am officially overthinking shit. I think that is the name of the game, is that I'm overthinking and overanalyzing. And this is where I wish I could just be like, book is done being written. Because I'm thinking about these things as I'm writing, which is good and bad at the same time. I don't know. I'm just a hot mess. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Hot mess central here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's do another sprint. We'll do 25 minutes. We'll do 25 minutes. Let's see what happens. See what happens with my brain, my life. All right. And 1, 2, 3. right. All done again. I am meandering. That's the best way to describe that. I'm not sure 100% where I want this conversation to go between Lucien and Ella and Ty. And technically Ash is there too, but Ash is more like there for moral support. So, and because, you know, Asha is Lucien's best buddy. So, I know by the end of this conversation, I want it to be obvious that, like, this spell, power, whatever, that the girls are going to cast over the moon that prevent celestial beings and occult beings from going to the moon has to come from them. It has to be something original, and it has to be like centered in their love and desire for each other, that like very human experience that is opposite of each other and shameful, but their acceptance of it not being like, I want that to be how this is done. But as I'm typing, I'm realizing I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to get Lucien to tell them this, while also being like, Lucien not sure either, because this has never been done before and we don't know, and blah blah blah. Like, Lucien has to tell them without telling them, because nobody has the answer. And I'm not sure how to pull this off. I'm really not. Really unsure of how to pull this off. I kind of just sat for a little bit and thought. I don't know. Teensy bit lost. Teensy bit lost because it's probably super simple and I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. Some of that might be because I'm tired. Ow. Yeah, unsure. Hi, Laura. Welcome. I think JC's eating. And I don't know where Bungle is. They were both in the chat earlier. We just finished with the sprint. I hope work went well for you. I'm just discussing where I feel like I'm a teensy bit lost. Hungry, down for sleep? That sounds nice. Work did go well. That's good. I'm glad that you're enjoying your job. I'm glad that people still find some joy in the medical field, as I'm very, very jaded. But you also are doing something totally different. But thoughts. I have the next 3. Ooh, the next 3 days off. That's so fun. That's fun. That's nice. Oh, the whole family's in town. There are 10 people in the house. It's awesome. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. I can imagine. It's a lot of people when there's 8 people in my parents' single wide trailer. So 10's a lot for just like a normal house. Especially because I think some of that 10 is kids, right? Like kids are a whole other creature. I got them 3 new books for bedtime. So fun. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Sometimes it's nice to just like go looking through the kids section and find cute books. It was something I enjoyed looking for books for my niece who just turned 1 year old it's June. In April. So I liked that. It was fun. One of them is called Interrupting Chicken. That sounds cute. That sounds cute. The 3 kids are little. One is still in diapers. The oldest is just finishing kindergarten. Oh yeah, that's a fun, chaotic mess. It's its own interesting chaos. That's for sure. That's for sure. My brain is so like bloop, 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 bloop. I can at least say I've written about a chapter, even though my brain doesn't 100% want to work right now. Toys every. I am not surprised. Yep. Yeah, especially because they're that little. So you're just like one toy for a second, and then the next second you're like, oh no, next toy. Out of the kid's hands. Oh no, Roy. I'm sure he's loving it though. Free snackies for him. At least he's not one of those doggies that get sick if they eat human food. So that would be bad. If he still wants to steal food, but then it's gonna make him sick. That's not good. I have not met a dog like that, but I have heard about dogs like that. Oh no, that's bad. Chocolate dip cookie. That's not Roy food. No, that's bad. Chocolate. No. That I know. I once had, me and my sister used to watch this old couple's dogs for when they would go for like a month or 2 in the summer to go visit family. And I thought my food was safe, and it was not, because I got up to go use the restroom, or I don't remember exactly what I did. I got up for some reason, and when I went back to the living room, because I didn't really have like a kitchen table to eat, they always ate in the living room on like trays. The bagel I had left there, and it didn't even have a sausage on it or like any other meat. It was just a bagel with cheese. Was gone. And I remember yelling at my sister, being like, "Did you take my food?" And she's like, "Nope." And yeah, no, the dogs took it. I never confirmed it because I didn't find it. Apparently, it must have been great because they ate it all. But I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." They like bagels and cream cheese. Rory loves cheese. Yeah. Yep. I was a little worried that it would make them sick. Because I wasn't sure, but no, everyone was fine. No, because they were like 4 little dogs, and I was just like, nobody got sick, so I guess we're fine. I just need to not leave my food where I had next time. No trusting me. I'm sure it was one of the 2 younger male dogs because they like to steal food all the time. Everyone was fine, but you were hungry. I probably just made another bagel. I don't remember. It's so long ago. This was like before COVID. All right, I'm gonna set the timer again because I have to use the restroom. So we're gonna do 30 minutes. And I'm gonna turn off the camera and see if again that helps me like attempt to concentrate. You're gonna go to sleep. Good night, Laura. Thank you for popping in. I hope you sleep well. All right, 30 minutes. And 1, 2, 3, go. Alright. Fast work was done. That was... Okay. I think I'm just gonna be cliche with it. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Fungal, you're back. The thing actually scared me. It does that sometimes. It does definitely startle people. Even though it's not like some other timers that are like super loud, obnoxious. Yeah. But yes, I think I have decided definitely to go the route of just cliche-ish. Cliche-ish with a twist. Yes. As I'm gonna go the like, love will fix this problem, but also not just love. We need a darker level to this. Not a darker level. What was the word I used? I used a word. Something debauchery. So, I think I'm gonna do that. Both of you are back! Yay! I'm here, I was distracted. I don't know if either of you two saw Laura, but she came and she left and she went to sleep. She hung out with me a little bit before the last sprint. Cliche with a twist can be awesome. Make everyone think they know where it's going, then pull the rug out from under them. I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna pull the rug out, but I think because this is not just a romance novella and it's an erotic romance novella, I have to like incorporate the two. So, and I feel like if you don't have to think too hard to figure out where I'm going with in order to have this magical thing happen so that the angels and the demons and the fallen angels can't bother them anymore on the moon. So, but we'll also see. We'll also see when I read it back and if I'm like, this is stupid and I need to come up with a better idea. This is the problem being a discovery writer, is I don't have solid plans, and then I get to things that I'm like, I still don't have a solid plan, and now I have to figure out a plan on the fly. Do it for the make them think it's a romance erotica, and once everything is getting super interested in ninja. That is definitely a different book. Oh my god. I love that idea though. But that's a different book. I don't think ninjas are needed in my blasphemous religious book. Yes. Would pirates be better? Pirates in any book would probably be in book 2, but there are no pirates. But if I could fit pirates in one of these 3 books, it would be the second book. Blasphemous butt pirates. I mean... yeah. I feel like... yeah. Yes. I feel like I talk more about butts in the second book too. the definitely not in my sapphic novella that this is. I love that you said that while shaking a bitch's voice. I can't help it. It just I put it down and pick it up at random intervals. If I had the like fidget necklace I now own, I would be going between that and this like constantly. It has become an issue, I feel like. But it does help sometimes. I will agree with the fidget community that it does help. Both like motion, sound, and like even texture sometimes. I need a necklace version of your fidget. It's not a necklace version of this. It's just like some circles. I've had it on stream before, but I think I had it on last stream actually. But it's just some metal circles that are in the color of the like. I have two of them. I have one that's in the color of the omnisexual flag, and then also the polyamorous flag. So that's just what I need. Oh, okay. I'm sure you can find it. I'm sure someone on Etsy has one. Who knows if it exists? I'm sure it does. But I am 100% certain it exists somewhere. Probably on Etsy somewhere, or maybe even TikTok store. I would 100%. But it is June and it's Pride, so for sure something has to be out there with it. Like, we know it's Pride. My nails are now the omnisexual flag color, as they are every year. I just don't have the little covers that I usually put. So, but I'm debating about doing the polyamorous flag for the end of the month, because these nails will not last the whole month. So, pray for my Google search. My dear, you are a writer. Nobody wants to look at any of our search histories. I mean, and probably the FBI. Well, the FBI agent who probably looked at all of our search engine histories of all the writers probably got fired because they deemed it unnecessary. But the FBI agent who looks at all of our search engine histories probably scarred for life, like super trauma. Like, his therapy bill is high. Promise that. So your search history is not that bad. I promise you. Yeah. I love you. Thank you. I mean, you, if anyone, has seen my nails in person, because I do this every year now for the last couple years. But yeah, search histories be damned. I gave up on my search history a while ago. If you could see my Google search history, I'm terrified at what the FBI got of me. See? Oh my god. And on top of that, you just have the like all the like murder horror writers, their search histories. All the like romance monster writers. Like, I've looked up some questionable genitalia stuff. I will say that. You don't want to know exactly what I've asked Google before. Some of it is in a book. Not in a book that anyone's read, but it is in stories. So, yeah, no. Writers of any sort, including like script writers, like film writers, no one wants to look at your Google search history or any kind of search history, because it's weird and questionable and probably like traumatizing to varying degrees. Unless you're like a fluffy what is the religious people romance book? The inspired romance? Inspirational romance? Whatever that genre of romance is. Those people are like, I'm like, you do you boo, but like, just boring. They're just boring. To me. To me. I say that on the same side of I don't really read dark romance, but that stuff isn't even like, I'm like, I have started to read the new Hunger Games book that came out. It's Sunrise on the Reaping, I think is what it's called. Hold on, let me check. Yes, Sunrise on the Reaping. I remember that. I am 55% of my way through that audiobook. And this is again, we don't know how much Suzanne Collins like pre-planned things. Like, did she have a random Google Doc or notebook where she like wrote out stuff while she was writing the original trilogy? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? None of us know. But I already love the fact that after reading this, you cannot rewatch the movies or reread the books without seeing them differently. The foreshadowing, the little hints and stuff, I just like, oh my fucking god. And some of this I only know because I saw things on TikTok. I haven't even finished reading the book. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I aspire to this. That's what I would like this series to be. Because like I said, like you don't have to read my novella. You can read book 1 and 2. Technically, you could read book 2 probably without reading book 1, but you might be a teensy bit confused. We don't have to read the novella to read book 1. But if you read the novella and then book 1, you're like, oh my god. These things. I see this. I see that. And then if you reread book 1, you'll see other things. And I'm just like, I want that. Like, how she did this. Like, years later, I'm like, yes. Love it. So much. On the opposite side, I did not read A Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds. Or Songbirds. No, I think it's A Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds. I did not finish reading that. I couldn't. I watched the movie. I read like, I think the first 10 minutes or 10% of the book. And I hate President Snow way too much to even attempt to feel bad for him. I just couldn't, like, I couldn't get past that first part where, right up to like where he meets Lucy Gray is pretty much where I got there, and then stopped and started doing something else, and I never went back to pick it up. And the library took it away from me. And I was still curious about the actual story, so I watched the movie. And I was not one of those girls that fell in love with the actor who plays Snow, because I'm like, nah, this man is a monster. I don't care. I don't care. Belladonna flower is beautiful, but it will kill you. Like, I acknowledge that sometimes, like, there are beautiful things that are deadly. Cornelius Sloat, as a young man, could have been extremely handsome, but I'm sorry, man's a monster, and I could not. Though I am tempted to try and read it because people are saying that in the book he was more cruel, and I'm curious about that. I'm curious about the cruelty. So I might hate read it. I've not done before. You saw the movie too? Yeah. But I did feel bad for him. I definitely subscribe to the thing that, like, lots of bullies become bullies because they were bullied first. But then sometimes there are just monsters. I'm sorry. Like, there are just bad people. And your suffering at one point in your life does not outweigh the hundreds of bajillions of people that you killed and murdered and found pleasure in. Because you know that in his twisted mind, he loved the challenge of trying to murder, like, poison people without being found out. He enjoyed that challenge. Like, no. I did not feel bad for him at all. Did I think he deserved to be torn to shreds to death? No, because I do believe in, like, you know, people deserve to not to suffer when they die. Was it fitting? Probably. But watching the movie, you can see what made him that way. No. Because the people in the district suffered way more. And yes, there were some bad people there, but the hold on, let me finish. Looking at the movie, I don't think he started off that way. I think he was made that way. So the beginning of the book and the beginning of the movie are kind of muddled in my brain because that's what I started reading and then I stopped. Too much about how he was well, it's a prequel. It's showing who he was before and how he ended. That's how prequels work. And especially a prequel that's first person, like, in his POV, and Susan Collins writes POVs, and part of that is, like, being able to be in the character's brain, because, like, I love the Hunger Games movies, but you lose so much of Katniss. Like, the books are definitely better because you feel so much of her pain and suffering. And the little bit that I got at the beginning of the book, which is why I was just like, I can't feel sorry for this man or this child at the beginning, because, like, in the beginning you actually get more of, like, him being confused and, like, uncertain as he's talking about knowing that, like, his father died and his mom is dead, and their struggle and suffering to get through the war and survive. But they're not, because of their grandmother wanting to hold on to this, like, presence of power and, like, prestige, and, like, they're elite and, like, at the top. They, yes, survived, but they also didn't, like, it didn't humble them at all. If anything, because they survived, it bred into more arrogance, even to the point where it's not real. You can't really tell too much in the movie. But in the book, you find out that the tigress, his cousin, she sold her body a couple times so that they could have food. So, especially as his grandmother was starting to, like, lose it a little bit more and was unable to take care of them. And she is because the theory still, we're not full, I don't think it's fully, like, Suzanne's fully confirmed I think that the tigress in the original trilogy that like looks like a tiger is the same tigress as Snow's tigers. But if she is the same person, she never lost her soul, even though she sold her body so that they could have food. Like, she was always a district sympathizer. She never, like, blamed them. And I don't know. What I'm saying is you're too focused on hating the man he became, but in the prequel movie, you can clearly see that he was not always that way. The child of him, yeah. But as he grows and his grandmother is telling him like how they're like the top and they're elite and nothing can bring them down, that arrogance is very strong. His real struggle was trying to not become like his father and see that there was something good in him and that he didn't have to be like his father. In the end, he gave in to being just like his father. Tigress kept saying in the movie, you don't have to become your father, you're not like him. Yes, she did. And then the one person that he allowed himself to fall in love with, Lucy, in the end betrayed him after he risked everything for her. She didn't betray him. He betrayed his best friend to save his skin. She found out and ran away for her safety because she didn't trust him. Like, that part is obvious. And actually, in the movie, it's even more, like, questionable of what happened, because he kind of, like, loses his mind because the snake bit him. And you're made to think that she did it. And in the book, apparently, it's also questionable what happens. Like, did she die? Did she run away? Yeah, she left him. He saw that as a betrayal. Yes, I agree with that. I just wanted to confirm what you meant as, like, I guess, betrayal. I think she did do it. I'm not sure. I'm leaving in camp ? For that. Especially because I didn't read the book yet. And Susan hasn't confirmed anything. Even with reading and knowing some about Sunrise on the Reaping, there's still really no confirmation. Lucy just kind of disappears from what we understand. But him not wanting him, I don't think there's really a point where his struggle was not to become his father, because he never got to see what Tigress mentions about being worried that he will be his father, because she was old enough to see and understand that his father was a monster also. And Snow was still too young and at that point where, like, your parent can't do anything bad, and then also was sent off to war and is known as a war hero and everybody sees them that way. So, and I say that also with the understanding of that literally, like, I don't know, 10-15% of the book that I read before being like, I can't. Because I could see this. I could see, like, the point was to try and to weave in, like, sympathy for him. And I was just like, nope, I can't join that party. Because sometimes there are just monsters. And it doesn't really matter how you got there. You are just a monster. And I feel like that's what Snow is. So I also had, like, that layer because there is some, like, weird internal dialogue you get in those first couple chapters So, because even how he talks about Lucy a little bit is just weird. Just weird. I think she did so because if you remember how she didn't tame the snakes. She just, it wasn't like she had pet snakes. It's more of just like she knew how to handle them. Like they didn't hurt her. That's why she makes a joke that like, oh, they loved her singing, which kind of aligns because if you read the first Hunger Games, because I don't remember if it's in the movie. The first Hunger Games movie is the one I watched the least. But in the book for sure, Peeta mentions part of the thing that he fell in love with Katniss for was when she sang as a kid. That he mentions that his father pointed Katniss out, and the reason he knows who Katniss was is because his dad was in love with Katniss's mom. But Katniss's mom fell in love with Katniss's dad because Katniss's dad, when he sang, the birds would stop to listen. And when Katniss sang in kindergarten, he felt like all the birds were silent in the window and understood that, like, oh my gosh, glory, love. And I feel like in a sick way, Colleen was trying to like tie that in by like her singing attracted snakes, and snakes are usually connected to like badness and darkness, like poison and danger. So like she's attracting danger, attracting snow, and is able to like handle snow, but there are still things that are just dangerous. I thought, but that could also be me overthinking things. He didn't betray his best friend. I read that wrong. He did betray his best friend, but he did it so that he could run away with Lucy. But also to protect himself. He runs away to protect himself. You must have watched two different movies. Again, I have a little bit of book background in my head, and I will agree that there's a lot in these books that in these movies you miss because you can't read the character's mind like you can in a book, and Colleen does that very, very well. The internal dialogue in her characters is done extremely well. Lucy only survived the games because he risked everything to protect her, and then she just leaves him. Yes, because they cheated. They both cheated. And there was still a chance that she wouldn't have survived because she was still trying to protect her district partner. There are sometimes that, but I don't think that's the case with him. Doesn't change the fact that I couldn't stand him in the Hunger Games, and what he did to Katniss. I volunteer is true. Considering her singing to the snakes as being her taming the snakes, that's how I saw it. Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't consider that taming because ew, that felt weird. Because we also don't see her singing to snakes outside of her singing her yeah, that's fair. Outside of her singing her own death song in the games. Because the snake that we see at the beginning of the movie that she puts down the mayor's daughter's dress doesn't even bite the mayor's daughter. So it was probably like a non-dangerous poisonous snake. To be fair. So I don't know. I will say that I agree with some people, and I haven't even read this far enough in the sunrise and the reaping that because so where am I at? So many people were doing like thirst traps of the snow character in Ballad of Songbirds or Snakes and Songbirds that there are things, and again, I'm only like 55% it through that book, through Sunrise on the Reaping, which is Hamish's story. It hurts. And from what I understand, it just keeps getting worse and painful. And I feel like she kind of did it to punish us. Because the whole point was for you not to like snow. Or at least the like movie character, I feel like, because people were fawning over that. I don't know. But Bungle was having a whole other conversation for a bit. I did a search on my search history to see if I had anything weird in it, and only 3 weeks ago I did a search for boys' names that mean killer of gods. Yeah, I have some stuff like that. So things tend to happen in patterns, like there's a saying that apple doesn't fall from the tree. Yep. But sometimes the apple falls opposite of the tree. That is true. But then if two apples fall opposite of the tree in a row, we're right back to where we started. Okay. Okay. And that was it. Yes. I say being able to keep a whole barrel full of snakes that are slithering up your body that are poisonous from killing you. No, the reason they didn't bite her is because is always because Snow had this as a backup the moment he found out about the snakes, because he uses his handkerchief to, I don't know if it's catch her tears or her sweat, something like that. So her scent is on the handkerchief. He puts the handkerchief in the barrel of snakes because from what his teacher told him is that the snakes have been genetically modified, that if they recognize your scent, then they won't hurt you. So by putting the handkerchief in the barrel of snakes, the snakes get to know Lucy's scent, so that when they're released in the arena, they will treat her as not an enemy, so they won't kill her. Because in reality, everyone was supposed to die in that arena. There was gonna be no victor, which was that we're aware of has never happened. So they were about to break their own rules. So she didn't tame them. She was singing because she thought she was gonna die. The song that she sings is actually the Covey's like funeral song. But again, if you don't read the books, you wouldn't know that. So, and I didn't put that 2 and 2 together until someone else mentioned it online, and I was like, oh yeah, Katniss sings that song. Mentions singing that song for her dad when he dies. So, I can't even look at them. Yeah, I struggled with that thing too because I don't like snakes. Delicious, we just disagree. It's okay. I say she tamed them. You say she didn't. I watched it. The whole group of people online that also said she tamed them too. We just saw it differently. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not angry. I'm just saying from how I saw it and how when he talked to the teacher, because she gave him back the handkerchief and told him he played a good game. So I can type LOL. That makes one of us. Okay. Do you even get angry? Yes, I can. I can get angry. It just takes particular things. Actually, I don't even think Bungle has seen me truly mad. I think Bungle has seen me get heated, but not actually, like, angry. You're so sweet. I have fire, but it's usually more emotional anger. I've seen you get passionate about things before. Passionate and anger are two different things. Like, I think Bungle has seen me get, like, almost angry. But I also am not sure. Woo! Usually if I get mad, I don't want to talk to people then. So I'll get mad and then run away because I don't want to say things that I'm going to regret later. When are you guys playing Repo again? We are... we actually just were talking about that today. That was one of the things that I did get done today in, like, corralling events happening. We planned for the 10th. Excuse me. So I probably won't schedule the stream until towards the end of next week, probably, because I don't like planning streams out too early. But not next week. The end of this week. Wait, hold on. Now I don't know dates in my head. Yeah, the end of this week. That's what I meant to say. End of this week. Either way, it's the 10th. The 10th is when we will do Repo, but it's gonna be me, Des, and Bungle. Laura won't be able to play, so we're gonna switch out the third member of our threesome. And I'm sticking with that terminology because everyone thought it was funny, so I'm sticking with it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I may have also been secretly asked for the 10th because I work that Friday, so I won't have a second stream, and I'll get a sneaky second stream in that way. It's not on Friday and doesn't keep my schedule, but you guys get a second stream. Let's see. I mean, so I hear too. Yeah. But yeah, so I personally don't like to share. I don't mind sharing under correct situations and with everyone's consent. So as long as proper communication is on board. But we have now rambled about a whole book series. Let's do a last 25 minutes break. So that maybe I can finish this, like, scene, section, whatever the hell you want to call it. Last. I mean, you were gone for like an hour. It felt like. I feel like one of them, I know you weren't eating, and then I had like 2 other breaks where you weren't around. So I've been here. According to StreamYard, I've been here for 3 hours and 13 minutes. So, you mean you're leaving me? I know. I wasn't gone per se. I may or may not have to post on. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So that's surprising. Well, actually, no, it's not surprising because you said you went out today. So actually, that's not surprising. That makes sense because I know going to the store and stuff is harder for you. Your stream was still very much open. Okay, last 20s. All right. It was out for a very long time, which my body did not love. Yeah, no, that's fair. Very, very fair. All right, and 1, 2, 3, go. All right. We are done. Hello? StreamYard? Okay. We're done. I finished my, I guess, scene. How did I miss the thing? Last time it went off, it scared Bumble. But I finished my scene. And now I need to finalize. I need to have the girls have the realization of what emotions they need to use for the incantation that they're gonna do on the moon. So I have that, and then I have them actually performing the spell on the last day. So yeah. I feel like I'm gonna end the novella dramatically. And then the epilogue is also gonna kind of be dramatically, but in a different way. I don't know. Oopsie. I want you to know I held off going to the bathroom so that I could take a time. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh, incantations. Yes, incantations. I don't know what else to call it. Incantations is the best thing I could think about because Ella's gonna be doing a miracle because she's the second coming, and then Ty is gonna be doing a conjuring, or gonna use like conjure because they're the Antichrist. They can't do miracles. So I'm like, what is a middle ground to describe both of them? An incantation, sure, why not? Because what is a miracle but not just like, magical powers in my world, sort of, question mark. Isn't that the best way to end it dramatically? I guess so. But I feel like it's gonna, like, kind of be, for me, over the top dramatic. Like the ending of Project Blasphemy 1, you could also say kind of hit end dramatically, but it's a very, like, emotional note. And I love that. Or I guess the epilogue ends on like a really big emotional note, and I really like that. But I wouldn't call it dramatic. I guess you could call it dramatic because lots of them end dramatically. But I guess when I say dramatic, I'm thinking of like the Spanish novellas, like unnecessary drama, kind of. But I do have to pee though, so if I suddenly go quiet, it means I could no longer hold it. That's fine. We're gonna go anyways. Because I do have to eat something. And we've been here for almost 4 hours. So I'm ending at 25K. We'll see what I do, if I do anything else this week, and how much closer I get to finishing, because it's right there at the end. I'm right here at the end. I'm like right there. Kind of feel like I'm pulling it out, or like stretching it out. That's the word I was saying. But yeah, that is it. We will have hardcore Minecraft on Friday. I have things set up. I just haven't posted the stream set up yet. So yes, we'll have Minecraft Friday, and on Monday we'll have more sprints like normal. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, wait. Yes, you have to eat. Yeah, I know. I'm eating. I made some coconut milk Alfredo chicken and mushroom. It's not the best because I didn't have enough money to buy the like non-dairy Parmesan, which actually tastes decently close to Parmesan and pretty good. I didn't have the money for that, so I had to use nutritional yeast, which kind of gives it a cheesy flavor, but it's not always it doesn't taste the same. So, but it's food. And our checks, hopefully this is the last check that's suffering from my surgery and stuff. So, yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys on Friday for Minecraft, or if you're only here for writing, next Monday for more sprints. Right. Thank you. Wait, nope, let me get to the right thing. Okay, rip it up. Okay, bye. It's okay, Bungle commented on it for you. Bye-bye.